Hey everyone, it's Phoebe here, and I have some great updates to share with you when it comes to animation. So let's dive on in and have some fun while we learn. Okay, so I have my window open here, and I'm going to get into my animation. So I'm going to go at the very top part here at my toolbar and go to Animation, Animation Editor. Now that I have Animation Editor, if you're wondering, like, I don't know, how you add animation or anything like that, I've covered that, I think, in another deep dive. We'll do a really quick overview here, but if you're more interested in learning more, check out the other animation deep dives because there's a lot of information that I've shared with you all on how all of these great updates work. I'm gonna jump into my library over here at the top part, and I'm gonna go to my avatar. And then I'm gonna go to female motion, and let's just do, I'm not gonna do idle. I mean, let's just do idle. I don't, we're gonna do idle. It's fine. Now I'll just hit record. Okay, so this thing happened where I recorded up to here because this was my play region, but I've got way more over here. So we've made a few updates actually to this, which is really nice. First, I can just extend here and say like 500, enter. And see even further. Also, what I can do is I can select my full play region here, and I can right click right on top of it and say clamp region to selected layers. So now it's clamped to end here. I can also select, holding down shift, I can select both of these. Right click right on top of like the play region and say clamp region to range to selected layers. So I'll want like both the transition and all of this to work. Now that I've done that, I can hit record again, and then it will just start recording from here and then go all the way over there. Okay, so now this is all recorded. Now what's annoying is like there's two recordings, but don't worry because I can just select these two, right click on top of both of these garments and say merge layer, and then it'll merge. And isn't that great? And then I can hit play, and then I can see all of this. And if I want, because I do not have this time, I can just say real time over here off to the side with configurations. I can say real time and then hit play. And see all of that. Great. I also have the option of like having more or less. Like I can increase this so that I can see more here, which I kind of always like doing this. This is not new. This has been there for a while. What is new is I can also hide my configurations over here. So I could just hover over this black line here and then click and move this in and make this much smaller. And I can also move this in and make this much smaller. And I can also increase this size as well. So that's really helpful because now I don't have to have my configurations take up the entire side here, and I can move it over here, but I'll still be able to see it and all of that, which is nice. And then the next update that we have, so as in our last improvement, you could add animation and you had like all of these great options. And now what we have is you can add light render animation. So here I can turn on my dome light and I can play around with all of this kind of light animation. I could say like, oh, right here, I'm gonna like add this active keyframe and this intensity and this angle. And then I can move over here and I'm going to turn on auto keyframes because this is just easier. And I'm gonna uncheck this. And then I'm gonna move over here. And then I'm gonna check this back on. And then I'm gonna change the intensity to like 3. And then check this on. And then I'm gonna change the angle to 25. And then I'm going to check this over here and I'm going to go back to 1 and 0 and great. And this will be all set. Now you do have to be in render to see all of this happen and to view it. So we'll just render this out and then see that. But it is really nice because now you have all of this control over your lights and like how it will look and all of that, which is really, really fun. And also, if you want to, you now can just go to File, Export, GLTF. And now you can save your avatar animation, both joint and all of that. So that's really nice. And you can also do light, but except for render lights, this was already always there. But now you can have your avatar animation and all of that, which is really, really cool. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, use that comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep having fun in CLO.